Hi guys, it's Julie here, and I am using this beautiful Spring Woodland kit from Ephemera's Vintage Garden to make a Rolodex box. I'm going to go ahead and start with a pre-made box this time. This is just a jewelry box. It's really sturdy, and I'm going to be using a journal kit. So when I say journal kit, it comes with pages that you print out and use, and then it comes with ephemera that you cut out and use. And I'm going to use it in a non-traditional way by turning it into a Rolodex card box for journaling on, or just for inspirational quotes and pictures and that kind of thing. I also have pulled out the two dies I have. These are from Heidi Swap, and they are Rolodex card dies. I'll use with my Cuttlebug, and I've got an embossing folder here I plan on using, as well as all the ephemera I've already cut out for the box. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is get my box ready to receive all the cards, and I'm going to paint this out. I love the color. I think it is complementary, but it's a little bit bright. But it's along the same tone as I think some of the pinks that are in the kit. So what I'm going to do is paint it out, probably with old paper, distress paint, dry brush it, and then probably stain it. And then I have cut out a piece already to fit in the box from this journal page. It'll go in the bottom, and then my supports will be popsicle sticks, and I have just trimmed the ends off, and I've used 4 of them, and that will build the step for the cards to hang in. I've also got some chopsticks around here somewhere that'll become my runners that the cards will hang on. And so I'm gonna stain these up too and get them in here, and they'll be glued in like that. Okay, I am back, and I have got my box painted out and varnished, and I think it looks really nice, kind of a distress, and it's kind of got that same pink tone that you can see here in the flowers. And I didn't even paint any pink on it, it's just whatever that red-orange color was, and I've distressed it a little bit. And I've glued in my paper here on the bottom to finish it off. And now what I'm going to do is get my supports ready to go. I've got my popsicle sticks stained, 2 sets, and I've got my chopsticks. I cut them down to fit. So here they were, and they'll fit right inside my box. And I'm going to go with the skinnier end to the front. And I'm just gonna, and I've got them stained, I'm just gonna get everything assembled now. So the best way to do this is just take some strong glue. I'm actually using wood glue Max. Now for this, spacing of course is the most important thing you can do, because you want all your cards to not only fit but move easily when you're flipping through them and take them in and out. So you want them to be the right distance apart and secure, which is why I use E6000. And I have gone ahead and cut a sample card with the spacing that I want. So this will be the spacing of all my cards. I'll cut them all using this die, just out of some packaging, so it's, you know, it's pretty sturdy. And I'm going to just kind of make sure things are going to do what I want them to do. I'm just going to kind of gently set them where I think they are and attach the card. And I'm gonna glue them based on this, the distance of this card. This strip is the middle of the journal pages, a lot of them. It's like washi tape, it looks like to me. So I had just cut this out, and this is going to become part of my box decoration. So you'll see me attach that or have it attached soon. So I'm excited to use this kit in different ways. Like, that is to me just part of the fun of the challenge. But you can see here how beautiful. All I did was cut the page out with a die. You can just see what a beautiful card that makes. Okay, so I'm just over here just die cutting and cutting out all my cards, getting ready to go. Aren't they just so pretty, just cutting them out of the journal pages? Just really, really pretty. But there's a few things that I do want to show you. I like to have an interactive element in things that I make, and so the way I'm going to accomplish that this time is by making a lift up card. And so I have cut a page in half, and I want this nest to be the front page element. And so I'm just folding it. It's not 100% even, but that's okay. I'm just folding it where I want the front image to be. And I'm making my sandwich here. I've got my big plate, my magnetic plate, my cutting plates, my die, and here is the trick. This is where the trick comes in. Can you see? The cutting edge is this line right here, and I am going to put the cutting edge, I mean, you know this trick, above the fold. And so therefore when it cuts the die, it'll cut everything except the top part because it's off of the paper. Great, so there is my lift up. But you're saying, how are you going to lift it up when they're both attached? But like, what a cute little card, right? What I'm going to do now is I am going to cut off this first section. And then you take your quarter rounder, you know what, I need to make sure, yeah, it's above the lines so that it doesn't interfere with the movement on the Rolodex sticks. And there is your, I love this bingo card here, and I actually have 3 of them printed out. I've got to trim this one out real quick. 2 of them are printed on cardstock, and 1 is on regular copy paper, and that is operator error because I just didn't know I didn't have enough cardstock in there. But that's okay because I don't waste my prints. Ink is precious. Let's be honest, ink is super precious. So when it prints out, you just try to use it. So I have 3 pieces here. Like I said, this is the one on copy paper, and it's pretty flimsy. So I know that this one, there's no way it would ever stand up by itself inside the Rolodex. It would just become too flimsy and flop around in there, and I don't like that. But there's other things you can do with the ephemera. You don't have to use them always exactly the way they come. The first way I want to show you is on this one. What I'm going to do with this one is use it as a card. Nope, this one, the one that's double-sided, sorry. This one, I'm going to use my die to punch my Rolodex holes in it, and then this will be a card in my box. Since these dies are so open, you can kind of manipulate things pretty easily in that regard. So I tuck it over the top cut, but I'm not going to be rolling it that far anyway. So I've got my holes lined up pretty much right on the bottom. Got my sandwich ready to go. Got my machine here. I'm going to insert it bottom first, and I'm only going to roll it so the cuts make from the bottom, because it's not cutting anything else. So I just need the holes cut. And that's pretty much it. I can roll it all the way through, but sometimes this top line just makes an embossed line across it, and I don't want that if I can help it. But then I just pull apart my sandwich and pull out my card, and there you go. This card, I'll finish it off with another piece of scrap here because I save all my scraps, like I said, and it will just ride in the box along with everything else. Love that. So the next thing that you can do with the same piece of ephemera is, of course, trim it out. And so I love this little bingo sign word. So I'm literally just gonna cut it out. And that is a piece of ephemera now that we can use on another card. So I'm just finding the right card to put it on. Let's put that one right there. I'm gonna grab my tiny attacher. And stick that there. And I'll probably add some lace to it, and it'll make just a super cute little card. I've got some lace right here I could reach. Aww. Okay, the next thing you can do with the piece of ephemera, so this is the one just on regular copy paper, is use a hole punch on them. Not a hole punch, a punch. A circle punch, about a circle, a square, and the bird. So what I was thinking about the square, these are the old Ecstasy Craft ones, and I keep trying to give them away, and I keep bringing them back in because I can't seem to let them go. But I think if I just put that square right there, and there is a piece of ephemera to put on something awesome. And then I cut out that this I was thinking for a border, so you can use a border punch. Okay, I have a border punch here. All right, so that's fairly nice. So I'm gonna use this line right here as my cutting edge. And then I can take this strip straight to a piece and glue it on. How cute is that? Okay, so that's one way to use your ephemera with punches. Another way to use it with punches is to punch out a shape, because I have to have this one bird shape here, and I'm gonna use this blue color for him, and he will find a home. And then the last way I'm going to use punches on my ephemera is to just punch out a bunch of circles or half circles. Okay. And so then when you have these half circles punched out, I think you know where I'm going with this. Find you a card that you want, and if you can't find one you like, cut you one. But what you're gonna do, not this one, I love this one. Oh, that's right, I've got sitting here. So this, we'll do this inside our flip up card. And then this one is going to be upside down if I put it here, and I think that's going to bother me, so I'm going to punch some more. So be aware of that when you're punching, so your things are not upside down. You just trim that edge off and just go again. Oops. Do G like that, and then these flowers over here. It's pretty. That should be good. How cute is that? And then I think I'm just gonna stick this one on the other side. Over here like this. Where? In the middle? At the bottom. Okay, and so then I will be able to do things here inside the border. But when you have a straight edge, you just take your scissors and you just trim off any excess that you have. I don't see any here. And that is how you can use punches to create a border. Okay, so that is 3 ways. Those are our 3 ways to use the ephemera. We punch it and use it just as it is, punch it with punches and create new things out of it, such as this border or this bird and this other border here, or we just cut it up and use it as it is, like that. Or like I said, I'll be fussy cutting this bird out and using him. Okay, here is another idea I have for card. Remember that I die cut this out of some packaging and used it as my spacer card, but I'm going to actually put it in my box. So I have all these pretty pages to use with the birds on them and stuff, but I want to highlight one of these birds. So what I'm going to do on this card is I have this, you're going to laugh, I have this stack of cut-offs of vintage paper that I keep right next to me pretty much most of the time. And I like to take the strips and I line them up. And that is a background I like to make. Some of this is tea-dyed paper, and if I'm lucky I might find some music paper in here and different kinds of fonts. Here's music paper, but it's not, I think I'll just use this piece. I also have a little bit of vintage notebook paper. And so I'm going to use that to create a background. So the way you do that is you just start adding glue and paper, literally. Who else is cutting up their digital junk journal? Anybody else? Okay, so I'm thinking maybe I'll just slap him on right there and his head will go. I don't even know if I need this stuff over here. I think I'll just, and his head just happens to fit right on with the tab. I like that. Let me clean this edge up over here a little bit. Okay, let me get some of this trash out of the way. Like I said, he's just gonna go right here with his head on the tab. How cute is that? How cute is he? That's adorable. Do I need a ticket on there? I don't think I do. I do have these little words though. Maybe one of these. Yeah, I do think so. I think this one. I think this one right here. Printed out this envelope which says a happy Easter on double-sided, so I printed journal pages on the side of the envelope, and it worked out pretty good because the surprise is that this little bird is writing. So first of all, let's address the a happy Easter on this card. I think it's the only place in the whole kit that I've seen Easter, because it is a spring kit, like, you know, I get that or whatever. But what I'm proposing in this instance is to take one of the little cutoffs. They're up here. They're all hiding from me up here. And so this one says spring, and you just put that over the top like that. Voila. Perfect. Or make yourself a little flag with some extra paper. Voila. Take another kind of cut. Voila. Or if none of those, float your boat, get you some ribbon and make you a little bow. Voila. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is grab a piece of lace and staple it on, like say with the ticket. I think this ticket here. And so another thing that I like to do with tickets when I get them is I grab my decal edge scissors. Who has scissors, shaped scissors still? See the decal edge? Okay, the corners here, you just take your hole punch and just watch yourself cut the little circles out. And there it is, cute little ticket. And another way to do it, if you don't have scissors, shapey scissors, or a hole punch, you just take your scissors that you have, your straight edge scissors, and you just give it a wiggle. You know, you can cut into it as much as you want to make a weird little edge. And you just cut out the circles, and it's just like they got ripped off, just like anything else. Okay, and so now that ticket looks like it was torn perfectly on the side and ripped on the other side. Okay, here's some that I think I'm going to use. I'm going to leave this little torn up edge too. All right, look at that. I glue everything down here with my Fabri-Tac. So a little dot does a lot. I don't even think I need to add more. Nope, I do. Okay. All right, and so then in order to make it workable, yeah, that looks good right there. I'm just gonna add glue to the top. Just the top. Okay. And you adhere it just to the top. And when apparently I can't do anything until this spring is dry, and then I will just run it through my dye like that, and I put it in my box. Okay. Awesome. How awesome is this? Okay, so there's a few more things I'm gonna run through my, let's see, I have another envelope here, I have another envelope here, I have egg here, this card, this card. Okay, now that you've seen me do part of the process, I'm gonna do a little flip through here for you. So the box, I used a little bit of the paper to make a paper ribbon ruffle all the way around, as well as the center of the journal pages, a metal label with the woodland name in it, and then I glued some pearls to the bottom to make little feet.